I'm very hyped for Stalker 2. A lot of people say, hey, no. Don't play it. Don't play the Stalker games. They are good, but they're out of date. I don't know. I played the first one way back when it came out, and it was good. Jesus, who cares? It's a good video game, right? That's what I'm thinking too. Ah! Damn, that's loud. Because I've been thinking about playing this. Stalker 2 is coming next year, right?
As historically significant and tragic as the Chernobyl nuclear disaster was, very few titles have captured the abject desolation and atmosphere of the environments as well as GSC Game World's Stalker. With Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl out this year for Xbox Series X and S and PC, now is as good of a time as ever to reacquaint older fans.
Like, just this? Oh, brings me back. It brings me back to the old FPS era. Huh? Games were so much better back then. I mean, we had like it was more about the quality, the love than money. God damn, I miss it.
With the series, while introducing a new generation of its unique mix of sandbox exploration, first-person shooting, and survival mechanics. Q, Stalker, Legends of the Zone Trilogy, a collection of the first 3 titles with new aim assist settings, some visual improvements, and new achievements/trophies. The 2 biggest features, mod support and a current-gen patch for further improvements on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, are coming later. However, as it stands, the trilogy isn't just a great way to experience a piece of gaming history, but showcases the long-standing appeal of Stalker as a whole, jank and all.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, it still looks good in my mind. A little janky, but hey, early 2000s, guys.
Though based on the original Chernobyl disaster, Stalker's overarching lore is alternate history. It follows a second nuclear disaster occurring in the exclusion zone, leading numerous Stalkers towards the region for their own ends. Some seek profits from the mysterious artifacts that have begun cropping up through the zone, while others are lured by the mystery surrounding the center and the riches it could hold. There's much more going on than meets the eye, but in each title, that's not your immediate concern. Okay. Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl sees you controlling the Marked One, discovered in a death carrier truck and somehow mysteriously alive. You have only one objective, find and kill S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Stalker, S.T.A.L.K.E.R is a prequel to the first game and sees S.T.A.L.K.E.R, a mercenary joining the faction Clear after mysteriously surviving in a mission in the zone. Eventually, his fate becomes intertwined with S.T.A.L.K.E.R as well. Stalker, Call of Pripyat is a proper sequel, with Major Alexander Dekhtrev venturing into the zone to investigate the aftermath of Operation Fairway, where 5 military helicopters are sent in to assess the zone and subsequently crash. Unlike many other first-person shooters...
Okay, so we got a prequel and a sequel to the first one. Okay, so Clear Sky is a prequel, and Call of is the sequel. Sweet. Well, we're gonna play these in order.
At the time, the Stalker trilogy unfolds non-linearly. You could follow the objectives on your PDA, or take on various jobs and interact with the factions inhibiting the zone. It's advised to explore for better weapons, ammo, and items that replenish your health or take care of any radiation sickness. However, it's also a way to familiarize yourself with the zone and its various complications. Along with hostiles like bandits, you'll also run afoul of mutants, from dogs to other monstrosities with special abilities. There are also anomalies, which manifest in different ways and are capable of outright destroying you. Seeing the effects of each anomaly is difficult.
What the hell is that? Is that a boar?
You could toss a trusty bolt and just see what happens. And while you could avoid them well enough in Shadow of Chernobyl, Clear Sky and Call of Pripyat ensure that they're the prime locations for artifacts. When you take damage in Stalker, health isn't regenerated. You'll suffer effects like bleeding when taking damage, and while some bandages can patch things up, the severity can be intense. Then there are the emissions, which can cause death if you don't seek cover. With each subsequent title, the anomalies, emissions, artifacts, and survival become more nuanced. It can seem challenging to get into, and each title can come across as janky or unrefined from the outset. Give it time, delve further in, and the intricacies gradually unfold into something magical.
Goddamn.
Take Shadow of Chernobyl, for example. At the start, you could take on some jobs to rescue a person of interest, Nimble, for the group that set up camp in the starting area.
What is that? That's gotta be Boris. But how long are these games? Like, I don't want to play, like, if every game is 40 hours, I don't know, guys.
It involves working with others and clearing out some ruined buildings with bandits armed only with a pistol. Upon rescuing the individual, you acquire his flash drive and can turn it in to progress further. Maybe Nimble has a job for you after that to retrieve a suit, but you can also obtain tasks from others like Wolf. Before you can do any of that, the town is attacked by the military, and despite a valiant defense, your newfound comrades are torn to shreds. It's all you can do to survive, but any jobs taken from NPCs in the location have failed since they're all dead. There's nothing left to do but move forward, scavenging whatever you can find while staying alive.
Okay, we're in the team? Okay, that's sweet.
Осторожно, чужой!
Such moments are all the more apparent in Call of Pripyat, the most refined title in the series. As you're taking on tasks to retrieve tools or barter information one moment, and jumping through anomalies and conducting nighttime ambushes at others. You may be tasked to retrieve something from a car, only to find it sunk into a ravine. Do you try to navigate the caves filled with deadly snorks to try to get it, or navigate the cliffs leading downwards and attempt to rush through?
Okay, that I like. That I like. We talked about this a few, like last week, I think. That games, when games do this, awesome. Awesome. As long as they don't give you hints after hints after hints that you actually can, ooh, oh, damn, I'm smart. Oh, yeah. Like you get more joy out of it. You know, when you can do what you want to do, go where you want to go, and attack the game as you want, and I'd get these, hey, flashy images. Every game is around 12 to 15 hours. Okay, that's okay, that's doable. That's doable.
Speaking of that nighttime ambush, if you chose not to get your hands bloody, you won't get a cut, but at least they're open to second chances. The mix of...
Hold on. Do you go out during the night and get materials, loot, and everything? So it sounds very like Chernobylite. Yeah, that's the point. Ah, okay. With every game, because this sounds very much like Chernobylite. Of course, Chernobylite came after, but okay. So what do you do during the day then? Oh, you haven't played them all. Okay. Main plus extra is around 25 hours per game. Okay. Well, I can just concentrate on the main quest, but we'll see.
Missions and emergent gameplay is even more incredible with how old these titles are. That being said, the jankiness is still apparent from the repeated responses of some characters and the general animation quality.
Just the way he died was awesome.
In Shadow of Chernobyl, your enemies are pretty competent, using foliage as cover and knowing when to retreat. Meanwhile, your allies are running into walls and barely helping. Enemy AI tends to feel a little overturned in clear sky, relying on grenade spam and generally feeling obnoxious to fight against. Call of Pripyat feels more well-balanced, with teammates and enemies putting up a good fight without feeling unhelpful or cheap. Shadow of Chernobyl and Call of Pripyat are clearly the superior titles, with Clear Sky feeling like the weaker entry, despite introducing elements that would become a mainstay in the third game. This isn't to say that the latter doesn't have its merits, even if faction wars may not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's more challenging and requires a slower pace than many might be accustomed to in the other titles. As for the new additions, each title delivers a consistent 60 FPS, while the amount of vegetation feels denser and the lighting improved. It's probably not all that noticeable without comparing side by side with the original games, but...
No, but when a DLC is worse than the main game, oof. Oof. The other way around goes, but... Oof.
The experience feels smoother overall. The atmosphere of all three games is enhanced, making you feel more isolated and alone when traveling through the zone, as if death can occur at any moment, and it often does. The shooting also feels good, though I'm still experimenting with the new aim assist settings to find the right balance. Tracking assist apparently doesn't play very well with everything else, and it can be a bit difficult to get a beat on things, especially when getting used to the weapon sway. Still, having the option to control recoil is nice.
This way?
With Stalker, Legends of the Zone Trilogy, what you see is what you get. 3 classic titles for a pretty fair price, also available individually, that still hold up after all these years. The improvements are significant without altering too much of what makes each game endearing. PC players may be better off playing the standalone Anomaly mod, as it combines all 3 into one map while overhauling progression and adding new content. For console players, the Trilogy is a great way to delve into the series.
So the mod is all in one? The aim assist in Chernobylite was weird. Yeah, it was. But you get used to it, though. You get used to it. But I mean, so the mod is every game in one map, and you... Huh? Anyone know? Like they're running. Damn, you learn fast. What? Oh, yeah. No, like he said here.
PC players may be better off playing the standalone Anomaly mod, as it combines all 3 into one map while overhauling progression and adding new content. For console players, the Trilogy is a great way to delve into the series.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for the standard. I don't think I'm gonna do the... If I'm gonna play it, I don't think I'm gonna do the whole mod thing. I have to check it out, though. You know, if it works better with the mod or not. Let's go.